In this tutorial, we will cover what each section of DataSync is and where to find the useful functions. DataSync works by loading a source dataset and a target dataset into the system. You then connect these via mapping within a schema map, and these are joined by a unique key. DataSync then works out what is different between the two datasets and adds, updates or deletes as required. When you first open DataSync, you are greeted with a start page like this. Here you can either create a new project or open a saved project. This page will also show if you have any recent projects. We then move on to our Data Source A window. This is where our source data will be connected to, and once connected we can see all the columns available and add these to the schema map. We then have another data source window, this time for our target. Once we are connected, we will see all of the columns available and can add and remove them from the schema map as required. Next we have our connection library tree. From here we can connect to our saved connections by dragging, dropping or by right-clicking. This makes for a quick way to connect and manage all of our connections. Then we have our output window, which will show us all of the feedback from DataSync, whether a sync has succeeded or failed, and how many results were returned from a compare. If we go to the top of the screen, we have our menu bar. The File menu contains the ability to create a new project, open a project, and save the current project you are working on. You can also view recent files and the project properties. The View menu holds the dynamic columns and project automation functions, where you can write your own code to perform complex data transformations. If you close your connection library tree, you can reopen the window from this menu. The Data menu is where you perform your comparisons, either from the source to target or from target to source. The Tools menu is where the most frequently used functions are held. Specifically, the Create functions like create a SharePoint list, create a SQL table, and create a CSV file. You can open the connection library in the File Explorer. You can also swap the source and the target, create a scheduled task, and open the project in the Run tool to further configure your schedule. The Tools menu is also the menu where you can apply more advanced features, such as mapping rules, encryption settings, and create a DataSync provider. The final item on the list is the UV Deployment Manager, where you can install and manage all of your UV instances. In the Help menu, the View Help button will take you to our documentation site. You can also create a help desk ticket by choosing Technical Support, where you can speak to one of our support team. You can then check for updates, register your license, and find out what version of DataSync you are running. Then we have our shortcut menu with New Project, Open a Project, Save a Project, Open the project in the Run tool, Dynamic Columns, Project Automation, Swap Sides, Apply Mapping Rules, Convert to Group and Aggregate Project, the Sync mode, where we have a choice of normal or incremental, and Compare A to B.